2 years on YouTube, and these are the lessons I learned and my personal experience as someone who started about 2 years and a month ago. And I cannot say that my channel is super big, but a couple of pieces of advice from someone who is being consistent and hoping for the best for her channel. Hi and welcome back. My name is Valentina. For those of you who don't know me, I just moved recently from Canada to Spain with my children and started a small business here. So in this video, I'm going to discuss the ups and downs of having a YouTube channel, of not having that many subscribers, but hoping for the best. Generally, after following so many YouTubers and watching how long it took people to actually achieve more or less solid amount of subscribers, it very much varies. For someone, it may take 12 months, for someone 2 years, for someone 5 years. And it's always very much of an unknown metric because YouTube algorithm definitely is very challenging to please. And every time when you post a video, you do not know whether or not that video is gonna go viral or it's gonna plummet. This is one of the first and big eye-opener for me, was that it doesn't really matter whether you are a year on YouTube, 2 years or 3 or 5 years. Each journey is individual, and that doesn't mean necessarily that you are never going to blow up or your channel is never going to be discoverable. It just means that maybe for someone like you, if you are like me, it takes a while and your vibe will attract your tribe eventually. It's just that probably takes a bit more time. Another thing that I learned was people don't really watch your videos unless they are particularly looking for your videos. So if you send the links to your friends and family, if this is a topic of no interest to them, it doesn't matter that they're your friends and your family, they will most likely not watch it. And this is the reality of things. First of all, attention span is super short and people are very busy and everyone is trying to cram 1,000 things in one day. So if your video doesn't align with what they're going through in their life, that doesn't mean that they are going to watch it just because they're your family and friends. They won't for sure. Don't expect them to, and don't feel that sense of entitlement, but they're my family, they're supposed to support me. Probably they do to some degree. Somewhere in the back of their mind, there is a thought, oh, Valentina has a YouTube channel, but everyone is fighting their own demons pretty much nowadays. So people are not that interested. But that doesn't mean that your people are not out there waiting for your videos. And I felt it when a couple of people posted comments under my videos. And to some degree, when you keep posting and posting and there's nothing in return, you get slightly discouraged. I wouldn't say disappointed with the YouTube in general, because this is what you got into when you started this game, but a slight disappointment that you are not as valuable, that people don't look at your videos and people don't comment. So when you get one random comment here and there that someone actually liked your videos, someone was inspired by your videos, someone learned something from your video, that gives you the motivation to keep going, even if it's just a couple of those comments. At least that's what worked for me. Consistency. You need to be consistent. Whether your video came out good or whether your video came out bad, you need to be consistent and just post it and ghost it. You don't need to rewatch it. If there's any kind of negative comments, you don't need to read them or answer or engage. Just stay as light as possible when it comes to this, because this is a game, and if you're doing it part-time like I am doing it, hopefully it's not your main source of income, and hopefully you're doing it because it's fun for you and not because you're looking for monetary rewards necessarily right at the beginning, but because you feel the need to share certain information, because you feel the need to teach someone something. There's no better way to teach someone than through a video. I learned so much thanks to YouTube and being in this space and following so many pretty awesome YouTubers that I don't see and I don't feel it that it's a waste of my time and that I necessarily am expecting to have monetary rewards. Obviously, it would be nice, but at this point, because I'm so small and at this point in my journey, it's a different type of satisfaction. I'm enjoying this. For me, it's fun to get ready, to get in front of the camera, to do my research, to dig into a topic. You go down the rabbit hole and actually find out something cool and then say it in your videos, and then someone maybe will pick up at it. It's pretty cool. I find it very satisfactory, and if you are on the same journey, then and don't give up. The way I look at it, it's a win-win situation. So no matter how big or small your channel is going to be, or how big is your influence going to be, you are constantly improving yourself. You're constantly teaching yourself something. You learn so much and you meet so many cool people and you follow someone's journey and you get inspired. So I never look at it as a waste of time. Even if I never get as big as I imagined I would, I always look at it that it's such a great hobby slash business idea to try to teach someone something, to be an educational channel. Because you don't know, maybe 2 years down the line, someone's gonna run into your video and gonna learn something, and that person's gonna be grateful. And for that one person, I think it's enough to be in this space and to share what you learn. The skills that you acquire while you run your YouTube channel, extremely valuable. Your speaking confidence, I would say, the way you come across, your vocabulary is going to get that much better. And you can use these skills in any kind of business. If you are an entrepreneur, if you're trying to find a job online, anything at this point, these skills are transferable. So you can transfer the skills and the classes that you took, because I'm sure you had to take a couple of classes to get better and better at YouTube, are definitely going to bring that much more value to you as a person, because you're improving, you're growing, and that's the best thing you can do for yourself. It is okay not to be perfect when it comes to your channel, not to always have a good day, not to always feel recording. Like today, for example, I had to deal with so many things since morning that kind of threw me off my concentration, because I had in mind that it's Wednesday. I always record my videos on Wednesday, but I had a bad night's sleep and I was thinking maybe I should postpone it to the following Wednesday, but then I'm traveling soon. So it's like a rolling effect. So you need to be very careful if you're trying to be consistent. Your perfection should be a little bit lower and a little bit more down to earth. You should not strive to have a perfect video, because no one's perfect. And well, I don't know, maybe some of those YouTubers who spend hours and hours over one video, who are super popular, maybe they have the time to dedicate. But if you are on the same path as I am and you're just doing something for yourself on the side in hopes that this is going to take off at some point, then you need to be semi-serious about the whole YouTube situation. So this is another important thing that I learned, that you can treat it as a hobby, but if you want to go somewhere with it, you need to treat it to some degree as a business. So I call it semi-business. At this point, I'm still covering the cost of the video editing, because I outsourced my editor, because I'm not that good at it and I really do not have the time for it. I have little children and I just moved countries, which is like, I'm definitely making another video about moving. Anyways, you need to be very consistent. No matter what, you need to take it seriously to some degree. So you cannot be sloppy. You can allow yourself probably to be sloppy when you have millions of subscribers, and you can take a breather, decide which topics you want to record videos on, and be a bit more flimsy. But when you're just starting and you have a dream to get with this somewhere, then you need to treat it semi-seriously and record at least once a week. Do your research, look at everything around you. And that's another thing that I learned after starting YouTube. Once you start creating your own scripts and your own pictures for thumbnails, every time you look around yourself, you will see a topic for YouTube. That's why I love Notion, fantastic app that lets you do that. Like, I would just open my Notion app on my phone and right away add whatever idea came to my mind, whatever I saw, whatever thumbnail, because as my part-time YouTube Academy teacher, Ali, was saying, that's the first thing that identifies a kind of a YouTuber mindset from non-YouTuber, that you first see a thumbnail and a title of your video, and after that, you do the script. Because before, even last year, I would do the script first, and then I would think of thumbnail idea, and then I would think of title. Apparently, it's the other way around. What else did I learn? That everything takes time, and that I need to be patient, and no matter where this is gonna end, no matter where this is gonna take me, that I'm grateful that I get to speak in front of the camera, that I get to share some kind of ideas, some kind of knowledge, some kind of experience with the world. And I feel so much closer to everyone, because we're so isolated after COVID. And at this point, I feel when you have a YouTube channel, you feel a certain connection. The world doesn't seem that big. you just feel closer to everyone else. Thank you for following. Thank you for watching. Please do comment. Where are you with your YouTube journey, and how did you get there, and what's your biggest struggle? And let's have a conversation.